Alright lads, so it's finally time for us to review the brand new 6th anniversary character, in this case, the brand new 6th anniversary AIZEN. What an absolute beast of a character. Last week or so we did review the brand new artwork Ichigo, and in that video I did say he was by far the best character in the game right before the 6th anniversary, and I have no idea personally how Caleb would be able to top that, and they've gone ahead and done that with this character right here. So that being said, sit back, enjoy the video, and let's break down the best character in Bleach Brave Souls. So firstly, this character is a Heart Soul Reaper Holo with the Soul Reaper and Captain ability. So keeping up with the anniversary-esque characters, they're all getting double killers. In this case, Soul Reaper and Captain was a bit of a disappointment because we have seen it before in the likes of 1000 Year Blood War Round 14 Ichigo, but it doesn't necessarily make him a bad character, especially in the game of like Arena, where you are going against captains. This is definitely going to be one of his greatest strengths. But it definitely would have been a lot better had he been given 2 PvE killers, something that the Heart attribute does lack. We're definitely grateful that we now have a new OP Heart character, and for the most part, regardless of killer, he's going to be one-shotting anything. But it definitely would have been a tad bit nicer had he been given 2 PvE killers, like Holo or Aranka, for example, because the Heart attribute definitely does lack some good characters with those killers. Looking at his skills, however, he comes with a 20% Bruiser, 20% damage inflicted at full stamina, 5-second Debilitator, 40% Devastation, 20% Havoc, Frenzy +2, hit hidden enemy chance 100%, Sharpshooter, and Sprinter +1. In addition to that, he does come with 2 innate skills, one being a new skill. First one is Paralysis Resistance 100%, so we can't be paralyzed, which is always nice to have. Would have preferred complete immunity like the artwork Ichigo, but no complaints right there. And then the other one is Dodge Soul Reaper damage +50%. So whenever a Soul Reaper hits you, there is a 50% chance you take no damage. That is absolutely broken, not only for Arena, but also just manual play if you're trying to auto with this character, which he does do considerably well. With all that combined, this makes this character very, very overpowered, and we ain't even talked about his strong attacks yet. So the skills that are definitely the stands out here is the damage inflicted at full stamina. He doesn't have any kind of berserker, which is obviously rare for a character like this, but he does come with Frenzy +2, and that essentially means every time his strong attack does a hit, it's going to hit 3 times instead of 2 times like every other SP character in the game, and that makes it so he has more damage, and also means that he has a higher chance to inflict the status ailment without giving the character a skill like Disabler. And then it's also worth mentioning that he is the first Heart character in the game to have Sharpshooter, giving him guard break and also ignore range resistance, so that's always very nice to see. It means nothing is going to stop this character doing damage. It means you can use this character in more weeks of GQ, even when you're not supposed to be using him. It's not going to stop him from doing good because he has very, very good damage. Looking at the character attacks though, this is where it gets even more insane. If the skills weren't enough to impress you, this character comes with the best strong attacks in the game, pretty much bar of none. Like, it's actually uncomparable to any other character. So all of his attacks are he's the first character in the game right now to actually inflict weakening and drain, and both of them get inflicted at the same time. So if he inflicts any kind of status ailment, whether it shows drain or weakening, they've both been applied at the same time, meaning that if they are weakened / drained, you're then healing your stamina back, because that's what drain does. It's basically lifesteal for the most part, and then you're also making it so you do more damage to those enemies that you do inflict the weakening / drain on. At the same time, his Soul Bomb comes with that guaranteed. So his Soul Bomb is not only doing a lot of damage because it's weakening, you're also healing back from those attacks. And there have been plenty of times where I die, I revive thanks to the Senkamon Ichigo link, and then I'm just back to full stamina, which is very nice because he also does come with damage inflicted at full stamina +20%. And personally for me, this is definitely one of the highlights of the character, because I very much do like characters that come with, 20% full stam, and then they also have some kind of healing capabilities to make use of that damage inflicted at full stamina. One of my biggest nitpicks from the character like Face Battle Grimjaw is that he has no way to keep himself at full stamina. If you ever make a mistake, then boom, most of your damage is gone. Of course, he still hits hard, but unlike this AIZEN, if he does get hit, or if you do die and you revive, you can then just easily get back to full stamina, because the strong attacks he have are absolutely amazing, and let's talk about them, right? I've been stalling it long enough. It's SA1, best SA1 in the game. It doesn't get better than this. It is a traditional 3000 length beam, but it does come with more width. It comes around 200 more width, so normally a character would have around 800 width and 3000 length when it comes to the type of SA1 that AIZEN does have. Well, Aizen has the same amount of length when it comes to this beam SA1, but he has significantly more width, and this is definitely one of the biggest things, because even though the 3000 length beam on other characters were definitely the best type of strong attack one you could ask for, it still had its problems with sometimes missing an enemy if they aren't grouped up together. Well, Aizen realistically doesn't have that problem. He has such good radius on that SA1, it makes it so powerful, especially if you do give this character level 10 SP. And I don't think I need to mention it just yet, but the character gameplay that you are seeing is the character 1 out of 5. I only have 500 plus SP on him, something that everyone watching, if you have this character, can easily do. And you can see the speed in which I'm clearing content, the amount of times I'm just one-shotting enemies. In addition to his SA1, he also has a somewhat delay in the second part of the attack, where it can actually work in your favor. If you're actually joining a co-op room and you time that SA1 properly, because of the delay, you can actually hit 2 waves of enemies from one type of attack, if you time it perfectly. And that's something for the most part a lot of other characters can't do because of the way the co-op lag does work. So that's kind of cool. It's like a little China cheat code if you're trying to get past the co-op lag if you do try and time it right. But either way, this is definitely the best SA1 in the game, and it's absolutely broken. Then going into his SA2, we now finally have the return of the best strong attack 2 in the game. So not only does he have the best strong attack 1 in the game, he also has the best SA2 in the game, and that is the 960 AoE in front of him into the 630 Vortex. And keep in mind, lads, he has Frenzy +2. So originally, if you look at Byakuya, for example, that doesn't have any kind of status element, hits 50 times. While this Aizen hits 75 times with the fact that he can inflict weakening and drain. So if you use that SA2 on a good amount of enemies, there is a very good chance that you are now going to be instantly healed back to full stamina if you were low enough. So it's insane. Like I mentioned a minute ago with the full stam, and then the fact that he can also heal is an absolutely broken combo, but in a combination of him having a Vortex SA2, the best SA2 you can ask for, it's just unmatched. Again, I don't see how they're going to get a character better than this. Even if in the future we get a character with a high Berserker value plus Frenzy +2, I don't think you're going to be able to beat a character like this. It makes it so he can easily alter pretty much any content in the game, especially if there are sorry for enemies, because then again, it's just, 50% chance to dodge them. And then lastly, going into his SA3, it's just a full screen attack. It's probably the most boring part about his kit, but it's definitely nothing bad whatsoever. It's pretty much the best thing you could pretty much ask for, so no complaints there. So with the skills that he does have, and also the strong attacks, it just basically makes him the best character in the game. He's absolutely unmatched. He can clear IZ in less than a minute at 1 out of 5. You can use this character. He's by far the best character using IT. He's clearing epic rates significantly faster than pretty much any other character. This character is definitely holding the title as the best character in the game. Definitely beating the likes of the Art Ichigo that was previously holding that title, only just for a week, unfortunately. But I very much do like the way Caleb designed both of those characters, because they're completely different, even though they're both OP in their own right. And I definitely say Aizen is the better character. Ichigo has the more flash steps. He has built-in long stride. He has complete status immunity. Aizen doesn't have that, but it doesn't mean Aizen's bad, because he has other things going for him that make him also significantly better, like the weakening and drain, like the Vortex SA2, like the best SA1 in the game. He's amazing. And then also talking about Arena, unfortunately Aizen did get the shaft when it comes to Arena skills, but that's probably for the best, because he's already broken as is. The 50% chance to dodge sorry attacks is very toxic in Arena. It's not as toxic as I thought it'd be, but it definitely is toxic. Fun enough, Aizen doesn't have, immunity to that, so if you go against a full Aizen team, you're both just relying on RNG, just trying to hit each other, which is kind of funny. But there are characters out there that do exist to counter characters like this. For example, Daddy Ichigo is definitely the best character to use to go against Aizen, but they both pretty much counter each other for the most part, because they both have killer against each other, and then also attribute advantage against each other. So I kind of like that. So if you're complaining about Aizen being toxic in Arena, just bring Daddy Ichigo, and then you're going to have an easier time going against his Aizen. So overall, what do I think about this character? Well, like I mentioned, if it wasn't already very clear, he's the best character in the game. He's an amazing character, and then going alongside how good he is with the strong attacks that he does have, how smooth it is to play with this character, how easy it is to play with this character, how fun it is. The visuals for Aizen is definitely one of the highlights for me personally, because just of how cool and different he looks. Obviously, one of the big glaring things about him is that he doesn't even have arms attached to each other. They're floating, which I think looks kind of cool. The Hokuku in his chest looking like there's a galaxy inside him, which is why people are calling him Galaxy Aizen. He really does look transcended, like in his quote, "I transcend everything." His wings aren't even connected to him. The front part of the wings are actually kind of mirrors referencing his Zanpakuto name. The back of the wings are also referencing his monster form. He has the eye in the middle. It's a very, very cool design. Even the clothes are kind of referencing his 1000-year Bloodwood design, which I very much do appreciate. So I'm definitely a massive fan of the way they designed his character. He's absolutely broken in his own unique way compared to other characters. You know, like I said, Arwick Ichigo is also broken in his own way, and they're completely different characters in my opinion, which I do like that. That's a bit of a variety. They don't feel like they're the same character, which does show that Caleb can do sometimes unique things, but it just takes them into an anniversary to do so. But anyway, lads, that was the review of the Aizen. In the coming days, I will have a Max Transcended review or showcase of the character. Like I said, the gameplay that you did see was a 5 out of 5 Aizen, but he only had 500 additional SP, so it's something that easily you can do if you have the character 1-5. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy the video. In the comments below, let me know what you guys think about this beast, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.